Hi, I'm Satsu5, and continuing on my review on the Kershaw Spec bump. There was just a few more things I'd like to mention. I kind of ran out of time on my other video, so this would be a update, well, not really an update, but just kind of a part 2 section of my Kershaw Spec review. And I'll first want to kind of show you the pattern that's on this G10 scales. Just kind of show it off to you because it's pretty. You just want to stare into it, and it really complements the knife. If you can see that little design. And then you look up here, they kind of have this, I don't know if you would call that jimping right there, but it's sculpted on the sides, sculpted all the way around, and it helps with traction. And as you can see right here, it's kind of recessed, so when your hands when you're holding it normally, your thumbs can just slide right there and actuate the lock. Now I want to see if I can give you a close-up on the locking mechanism. My brother told me this is called a stud lock. And you see those the thumb stud, and you just see if I can get my finger out of the way. You press it, and the thumb stud actually moves. There's a spring in it. See? And that's what releases the knife. And there's the spring. You can see it a little bit better. You can see the thumb stud moving a little bit easier from here, and then there it is. So it's kind of recessed right there. Your thumb just slides right in, and you actuate it. But I just wanted to show you that locking mechanism. I wanted to show you it walking, and so it kind of, see if I can get it to move, if you can see it better. And there it is. That's how it unlocks. Alright, spending not enough time on that. Now, I know what you're thinking. How strong is the lock? Well, I can't tell you exact poundage, but I told you in my earlier video that it's nice and tight. I don't feel it moving at all in either direction. But if you have any doubts about, well, maybe what if my thumb slips and actuates the lock? Or what if the lock fails? What's going to happen? Well, just for the sake of demonstrating this, my thumb's going to actuate the lock. It's no longer in the lock position. This is the flipper. What this flipper does is not only does it keep your hand from slipping forward, but when you actuate the lock, it stops the blade. Keep in mind, if you have someone putting a lot of pressure on this, it's going to hurt. And it's going to crush your finger a little bit, but it's not going to cut your fingers. And all the pressure's on this finger, not the rest of them. So that actually is kind of a fail-safe. And you feel that right there, so you relieve the pressure, you pop the lock back on, and you're ready to go. So that's almost a safety feature in itself. It catching right there. Instead of cutting all your fingers off, it's going to just kind of pinch your finger right there. And it hurts, but it's a lot better than having your finger cut off. And I just wanted to demonstrate that as a safety feature. It protects your hand from slipping forward, and it protects the blade from coming across your fingers. In fact, a lot of people, when they have like the Spalco Enduras or Delicas, I know I do this, if it's worn out, no old one, they'll press on the lock, and they'll kind of flip their knife forward, and the blade will carry itself. And Spalco kind of has a section where it's not sharpened right there, and it'll hit their finger right there and stop, and it'll stop. I know it's not a very good or safe practice, but I do it sometimes. Then after that, they'll just put their thumb and close it. Also, I want to show you another safety feature that I personally think it's kind of useless, but it's a nice feature if you want to use it. And that's the safety right there. My brother got a torque bit and tightened it up where it won't move. But out of the box factory settings, you can move that forwards or backwards to lock the blade. And if it's locked in the open position, you can still shut it, but it just won't open. So what happens is, when you get this from the factory, you know, it's loose to the factory settings, and you slip this knife in your pocket will push up on that screw or the safety lock, and it'll lock your knife where it won't open. And so every time you put this in and out of your pocket, it'll press that safety on and your knife's locked. So every time you want to open your knife and you pull it out of your pocket, you have to turn the safety back off or push it back. So it's not really the best feature for a tactical knife or a knife that you want to open up quickly. But as you can see, my brother did not put any super glue on it at all, and it's stuck in the open position or the fire position. You know, on guns you have the safety and fire, and this is stuck on the fire position. It's really quick to open. That's not a problem at all. If you want to leave that setting on, you can. If not, just tighten it up. Alright, next thing I want to talk about is the Orgos. You mentioned that it's just like one of the most comfortable knives to carry in a Filipino grip. The Filipino grip is when your thumb, your whole entire, from kind of your palm to your thumb, is resting on the knife. It feels like it was custom built for your hand like this. And it's also comfortable if you hold back like this. Now there was also something very similar to the Filipino grip called the Savo grip, and that's when you draw back like this, and this part of your thumb or palm isn't resting on the knife, and you can still cut like that, but I just love the Filipino grip, and I must say this is very comfortable. It's also comfortable like this, like that. It's extremely comfortable. And I'm running out of time again, but I just wanted to touch up on, you know, first of all, the design of the G10, the locking mechanism and how it works, and that little safety pin or whatever you want to call it. I wanted to touch up on that. I still think this would be a better knife if it was truly ambidextrous, but it isn't. And this is my part 2 on the Kershaw Spec bump. I hope you like it. It's an awesome knife, and to me it's worth every penny that my brother paid for it. The only reason I'm not getting one is because I want to get a knife that's different, that I have not done a review on my YouTube account. But other than that, I would get one. Well, anyways, I'm Satsu5. This is the Kershaw Spec bump, and I am out. There it is, open.